Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. This is really my last time recording this. I done recorded this video 3 times. I done recorded this video 3 times. What's up, y'all? It's Leah Anne-Marie, and I'm back with another video. Long time no see. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Leah Anne-Marie, long time no see. That's cute. That's a cute intro. I might keep that. I might keep that. Okay. So if you read the title, then you know this is a video basically explaining why I chose to move 1,500 plus, because it's really like 1,598 miles away from home. I want to start off by saying this was the best decision I've ever made in my 23 years of living. I've only been here for about 4 months, and this has been a very great 4 months for me. And I'm pro moving. I'm just gonna say that I'm pro moving, as long as you got some type of sense of where you're going. So I never did an introduction about who I am, and I'm gonna have to make that my next video. But for the time being, my name's Aaliyah. I'm from the Bay Area, California, San Francisco, Oakland, East Bay area. And I chose to move 1,500 plus miles away from home. And I'm going to tell you guys a couple reasons on why I chose to do it. And then I'm going to also list a couple tips that I can give you guys. It's going to be like right here when I choose to, when I figure out what time that'll start for the tips. But I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. The reason I chose to move to Houston, Texas as the first place that I moved to, I just want to change. When I say everything started to feel like Groundhog Day where I used to live. And it was nothing really to look forward to. I would find myself just very much bored, unhappy with the results of where my life was going. I felt like it wasn't anything to really be excited for. Nothing felt like it was progressing as far as my community and like the communities around me. I didn't see a whole bunch of progress for various reasons. I'm debating if I want to diss the Bay right now. I'm really debating. I'm really sitting here debating if I want to like talk my shit. But until I figure out if I do, I'm just gonna keep it going. Everything was the same. Everything was the same. When I say from the clubs to the restaurants to the events, the community events that are open to the public, everything was very just annual, yearly, monthly, same shit. And I just got tired of it. I got tired of me getting off of work at 10 p.m. and not having any good food options. I got tired of me seeing the same people at the club. Like, you ever be seeing those movies and it be seeming like it's just a small, or they make the movie based on a small town and the small town knows everything about everyone? That's how the Bay felt. And for the Bay to be pretty big, it was astonishing to where it just felt like everything was just too familiar. I had already did my service and my due diligences in that place, and it was time for me to go. And that's really the best way for me to put it. I needed something new. I needed something maybe a little faster and a little slower in different ways. But I do not regret this choice whatsoever. And anybody who's thinking about moving, I'm literally so pro getting the fuck ASAP. And I'm not going to sit here and act like it was an easy decision for me to do. I had already created a lifestyle for myself that was working, that was getting the bills paid, but I just simply was unsatisfied, and it was time for me to go. The second reason is I was just ready for some adulthood and some independence. On a transparency note, a reason I really wanted to get on my own foot, not on my own foot, get on your good foot. Delete that. No, go say. The reason I really wanted to move, transparency moment, is because I wanted to push myself. I knew I was very comfortable with where I was with things. I knew that if I didn't get up and move and try doing things on my own, I was going to forever be in this stagnant movement of being reliant. I'm not going to lie. I have to make sure bills are paid at the end of the month. I have to make sure that dishes get cleaned at the end of the night. I have to make sure that I'm handling my responsibilities. I'm going to work. I'm just on top of it. And that was a key factor in me becoming the woman I wanted to be. Yes, that's the best way to put it. I cannot be Aaliyah 2.0 if I don't push myself. And this was one of the things where I felt like I had to push myself in order to be better. So the third reason on why I chose to move was because I felt like it was time for me to get to learn myself better. And what better way to learn myself than to move so far that I can't just drive home. I mean, I can, but it would take me a whole day to get home. This has given me a lot of time to reflect on what I want out of life, how I want my life to look, how I want it to feel, how I'm going to present that to myself on a day-to-day basis, how I'm going to build on it. All of this came from me just being able to sit in a space and go places on my own, not having any outside noise unless I choose to literally physically call it. That's so funny. Like, if I want to, I could sit here and talk to nobody and it could be dead silent in here for however long I choose. If I want to sit here and listen to music for 3,000 hours, because I really will. I will literally play music all day and just listen to music if that's what I want to do. And I'm learning what kind of person I am, what kind of people I want to invite into my sacred space. All of that good stuff. On top of that, I'm in a state where if I choose to go out and mingle or have fun, it's a million people that I can choose to meet. If y'all been to Houston, y'all know it's a good time. On top of it being a good time, there's a whole bunch of people that you can be networking with. And this was definitely a place when I was thinking about where I was going to move. I chose the Black Mecca because everybody's going to say it's Atlanta, but I feel like it's Houston. 2025 right now, it's definitely Houston. And I chose this place because I felt like I'm inspired. And one thing that I noticed, which is the reason number 5. Is that reason number 5 or is that reason number 4? Reason number 4, which is going to tie into reason number 3, was my environment was shitty. Like, when I think about it, where I'm from, I guess I'm choosing to diss the Bay today. The environment that I'm from is very toxic. It's not the communities that I found myself in. I did not find myself supported the way that I needed to be. And I feel like the Bay is full of haters. It don't matter how good you're doing. You will not see the props until somebody else is giving them to you. Until the credits are like, you know, really shown from other people. And that's annoying. But everybody knows that you don't get your support from the people around you or the people that you've known for the longest and stuff like that. You get it from strangers. But I just felt like my environment was not a place for me to grow, and I had to go. I literally had to go. I was gonna be stuck in that toxic environment that just gives like very much crabs in the barrel. Nobody wants to support anybody, even if it could benefit them in somehow, especially if they have to do any groundwork, any free work. Out here, I feel a little more seen. Maybe I'm just a little more tapped into who I am, but I definitely feel like now the same people that wasn't fucking with me is very much tuned in to what the fuck I got going on. And that's another thing. Y'all be very much tuned in. The Bay Area has a problem of everybody, like I said, it gives very much small town. It gives very much small town. Everybody's tuned into what the fuck I got going on. That's the devil working, trying to get me worked up, honestly. Y'all be tuned in. Y'all don't show enough love until the people is already on. The environment was just so bad. I was so tired of it. I was just so tired of how people thought and how they like operated, how just how things went about, how the dating culture was, how the club culture was, how the cost of living was. I was just honestly tired of it. And I had to go. I had to go. It wasn't an option. Every girl that inspires me from the Bay doesn't live there anymore. Flourished somewhere else. Is doing way better in a city that sees her for the great material that she is. Like, please. Please. And I just realized I had to see more in order to be more. Houston has so many opportunities for me to be around the things that are moving me towards my goals and the things that interest me, to where I've seen way more in these past 4 months than I have ever seen while trying to make somebody of myself in the Bay Area. And I've lived in the Bay Area since I was born. I've experienced so much in these last 4 months just by me being in Houston, Texas. And I think that's beautiful. And if you were looking for a reason to go, this was your reason to get up and go. I would never trade this experience for anything else, and I wish I had did it sooner, honestly. I wish I stacked my chips a little quicker and got the fuck ASAP sooner. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys the tips that I would give you guys. It's just a couple tips on what I feel like would be best if you are choosing to move. If this helped you want to move, pack your shit. If this made you want to literally run to your closet and pack your shit up, then I got some tips for you so that when you go out there, when you go see the world, you're a little more prepared. And that's one thing I will say. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for a move. Emotionally, prepare yourself for people not to call. Prepare for it to become the 5-10 friends that you had, that you talk to on a daily, to become 2 to 3 people. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for it to be hard to make new friends if you don't already know people out here or out where you choose to move. Be prepared. Be prepared. Have some money stacked up. Don't go anywhere with no money. I'm telling you that right now. If you only got money for your first month's rent, you better have a damn good job following that. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. You need to have a good job that pays your bills. I don't care what you gotta. I do care. I do care what you have to do. I feel like I always sound like an auntie when I get to like telling advice, but like I wish somebody told me this stuff. Well, somebody did, and I followed some of the stuff, and that's why it worked out for me. I chose to bring as much stuff as I could for my house. So I brought cups, knives, glasses, all of that good stuff to make sure that when I came into this house, I wasn't just empty-handed having to buy everything over. So over time, I accumulated everything and put them in a box in the corner of my room. It made sure over time I had 2 to 3 boxes. My whole car was filled up with stuff by the time I chose to move to Houston. You can start over, and I still had to get stuff when I got here, but it definitely helped to not have to come out of pocket after just paying a deposit, after just paying first month's rent, after having to, turn on electricity, all that good stuff. So I definitely say be prepared. Be somewhat prepared. I really do sound like an auntie. They be calling me TT on TikTok. Like, am I really getting of age? I'm only 23. What else do I got for y'all? Tip number 2. If you can, travel to wherever you want to move first and visit the places that you could see yourself being at, if that makes sense. So I came to Houston 6 times. 6 times before I actually did the move. But by the 3rd time, I knew I wanted to move. Like, that was that. But I just kept coming because it was fun. By the 3rd, 4th time, I started looking at apartments. When I visited, I had a list of apartments that I already wanted to look at that I found on TikTok. I also just searched up, like, the area that I thought I liked when I was visiting and seeing what kind of apartments they had. I did that. Make sure you check out some apartments before you just move. And make sure this is your first time moving, make sure you really look at the apartments when you do move. Because this wasn't even my favorite apartment. Beware of that. Make sure you go ahead and check out where you're living, the surroundings of where you live, all that good stuff before you just hop up and move. Number 3, make sure the place that you're choosing to move to fits the type of person that you are, if that makes sense, you know? Make sure it fits your goals and interests. Don't go somewhere knowing that it's going to be a distraction. You do have to know yourself. If you know that you want to live somewhere like Houston and you know it's going to be a distraction, you need to move to somewhere like Katy or even further. If you want to stay out of that, like, you know, if there's things that you need to get done first, make sure you get those things done first, and make sure that the place that you're moving to help with whatever direction you're going in. So I do nails. Since I do nails, I made sure that I move somewhere where the girls are always going to need their nails done. If you need your nails done, you're watching this and you live in Houston, come get your nails done by Liz Touch, your girl. No, for real, like, make sure, yeah, add time. Make sure you get your nails done. These are actually press-ons. These are actually press-ons, y'all. Oh my God, these are actually eating. I really need like a... Oh my God, these eat so bad. But yeah, y'all, so make sure wherever you want to move is just putting you in the right direction, is, you know, keeping you in a good mood, is a good area for you that fits the type of personality that you have, that isn't going to be too much of a distraction, all of those good things. Because you can visit so many places. Last thing I'm going to say as my last tip before I close out is envision the person that you want to be and embody it. When you do decide to make that move, make sure that you show up as the best person that you can be when you walk into every room. Make sure you introduce yourself. You make sure that people know who you are. You network, you do all the good things that you would be doing as your 2.0 version. We're gonna go ahead and close this out because my eyes are getting tired of looking at the screen right about now. This is gonna be 30 minutes worth of content I gotta edit. Oh my God. This was the best decision I've ever made. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm so glad I moved to Houston. I'm so glad I get to cook myself meals on a day-to-day basis and teach myself new things about myself, look at myself in the mirror and realize, girl, you did that. You're in a completely different new city. You get to meet new people. I love everything about this. I love that I chose to take that leap of faith. I know that this is going to be the best decision, and this is just my origin story right now. I'm going to do a Q&A for my next video, so you guys can go ahead and comment down below some questions that you guys have for me to get to know me a little bit better. Thumbs up this video for me, guys, because I'm really trying to get on my Zoom. I'm really trying to get on my Zoom, and I need y'all support. So if you don't already, make sure you guys subscribe. If you don't have an account, make an account so you can subscribe to me. Yes, do that. Get you a Google. Type in the Google for me. And subscribe. Subscribe, like, and comment a question, because I need questions for my next video. And be on the lookout for a week in the life, because that's what I'm working on too right now. I don't know what else to really say, y'all. I had an outro, but I keep forgetting all these outros and intros I do. So hopefully we like the first one that I did, because the first one really chewed. I'm not going to, or the one I did earlier in this video. But yeah, y'all, smooches. I hope you guys liked the video. Love y'all. Bye.
Hey, cause I pop it like Shanae. I know they mad cause I pop it like Shanae.